It's a strange cast of characters that we find in the nativity story, isn't it? I mean, you've got Mary, a teenage girl. You've got Joseph, the unimpressive carpenter from the unimpressive town of Nazareth. You've got these shepherds. It's a strange group of people when we consider this is the arrival of a king. These are not impressive people. But there's something that Mary says just after she's met with her cousin Elizabeth. She breaks into verse. And one of the things she says in Luke chapter 1 is this: God has taken the rulers down from their thrones and has lifted up the lowly. And that's what we see in this first Christmas story. We see that it's not the people with positions of power, it's not the positions of authority who are there for the arrival of the king. God turns power on its head. He takes the people who are not esteemed, who are lowly, who are not impressive, and he gives them a role, he gives them a place. This is what happens when God breaks into the world. He doesn't care about the people we think are impressive. He cares about everyone. He cares about the people who society doesn't give a voice. He cares about the people who society doesn't give a place. God cares for the lowly. He cares for each of us. And maybe this Christmas and this Advent, that's an encouragement to us because we don't feel esteemed and we don't feel impressive. Maybe we need to remember that when God breaks into our world, he comes for people like you and me. Or maybe sometimes we're guilty of thinking that Jesus came for people like us, but not people like them. Not the people who we don't esteem, not the people who we don't find impressive. And we need to turn our gaze outward. We need to turn our gaze towards the people who Jesus came for, towards everyone, and not let anything become a discriminating factor. God breaks into our world for each of us. He lifts up the lowly. May we, this Advent season and this day, remember to have God's heart for everyone and not to pick and choose.